Hey, Gene Petty here. You know what we're doing. This is the Duane Allman solo. We're analyzing it, and in the beginning, let's get right to it. If his solo, he starts with a sextuplet riff. That's six, one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16th notes in the fast 12/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6/8 time. It's really 12/8 time, which means 4 beats of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here, so we're counting 16th notes. 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then he lingers. Okay, and he continues the idea down the fretboard. Okay, we're covering the Dorian scale. You see that? Check your here's your key of A minor here. Okay, 5th fret, and there's your pentatonic. Okay, now we're going to add to the pentatonic. We're going to add we covered some of this in the last lesson. Okay, so here's his lick. Now, it may not be exact. I'm just trying to approximate this as much as we can on all of these licks. I mean, if I could play exactly like him, you know, I wouldn't even have to be here showing you this. Okay, so now this is the beginning. He's using these sextuplet suggestions. You can hear him do that in Liz Reed too, and he starts to working into a back into this pentatonic. He used to like that. Okay, that's that pentatonic. Now, about half a minute into it, you hear the first bent string, the first stretch he does. It's a very subtle little stretch. Not like when like Hendrix would start Foxy Lady, or you know, or Sunshine of Your Love. You know, it's just a subtle little stretch. Okay, and then he reaches up here to the bigger stretch here. And he milks it. He milks this stretch. And then he brings the same sound here up to the 12th fret, 13th fret, 14th fret, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th fret, where you had this before. Now you hear a little difference in the tone. He doesn't stay too much up there. He starts running down. He runs down the 16th notes, the 16th, the sextuplets. And I'm just approximating this. You know, again, it's not exact. And he makes it down to this note down here, E, on the 2nd fret, where he has some play with the open strings. And then he gives us, with these open strings, he gives us, what's that? Okay, so you see I'm down here on the pull off, double pull off, and then a hammer back onto the E. That E is the crucial note. So he does that once, he goes, and he's into the, he digs into that E with the hammer, and then he works his way into a double pull-off twice. He gets that effect. He doesn't do it that many times, but he's a little more tasteful than what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to demonstrate what... See that? Nice little pull-off there. And then he works his way up after this pull-off. He works his way up on a 7-note quarter note rhythm. 7 notes in the Dorian scale. And after he walks up that scale, he comes over and does this country lick. Okay, that country lick is, I'm using my 3rd finger and my pinky. I don't know if anyone wants to use their 2nd finger and their 3rd finger, but I'm using the 3rd and the pinky. And then here's the stretch. And up here, while we're here, he's giving, after you get a, he throws in that sextuplet thing again, and then goes crazy on the country lick. He gives us a, now comes the climax of the solo here. And that's what I showed you in the intro. I'd like to do it with the pinky. A lot of people do it with the 3rd. Most people do it with the 3rd. It's that I gave a whole lesson on this riff. It's a pull off and then the string adjacent to it. 11 times, stretch. So after that, he gives again restates the beginning theme, and then he brings us into the stretch double stop here, and he goes up the scale. So and then a whole different new melodic phrase comes out of this. And ends in a nice stretch. And with this stretch, again, stretch. The band has come down to silence. Everything is quiet with this. And he throws in one of these. Now this bottom lick. It's going to go down here and play with these bottom strings on down by the bottom fret here. This is where he was before, the second fret. When he was doing this before, now he's doing. And he's palming down here. He's making a deadening of the strings. Great change in the texture. And then with these four notes, he builds. And he's doing more of a legato. He started out. And then he builds it up. Then he works his way up to here and uses those double stops again. And then he starts playing around up here on the 12th fret. And then come the triple stops. It's an octave with the fifth in the between. Now it's very rapid fire on the picking. And then he bumps it up to that country lick again. and he really digs into it. And now he's going to get down. He works his way down in a kind of a scale thing, down into these sustained notes again. And down to that what we had earlier with the pull-off. And he just holds it there. Repeats it. I think there is a stretch in there. And he does this for about 4 or 5 times. And that's the end of the solo, really. And then he brings it up to the octaves, which is the signal riff, octaves up on high A. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, and we'll be having Dickie Betts next. We're going to analyze Dickie Betts' whipping post solo. So stay tuned. This is Gene Petty. Take care.